Workplace bullying. Two words that can inspire dread and anxiety, yet often remain shrouded in silence. This insidious behavior, characterized by systematic and repeated actions intended to harm, humiliate, or undermine, can have devastating consequences. Victims often suffer in isolation, their self-esteem eroded, their productivity plummeted, and their mental health severely compromised. By sharing their stories and the strategies they employed to combat this toxic behavior, we aim to empower others to recognize the signs, understand their rights, and take proactive steps to reclaim their dignity and well-being. Bullying can manifest in various forms, from subtle snubs and constant criticism to outright aggression and intimidation. Remember, you are not alone, and there are ways to navigate and overcome even the most challenging situations.
I was a talented graphic designer, loving my job at a bustling advertising agency. Initially, I thrived in the fast-paced environment, my creativity flourishing under the guidance of my supportive supervisor. However, things took a turn when a new manager, Mark, was brought in to oversee our team. Mark, with his condescending demeanor and penchant for micromanagement, quickly established a toxic dynamic within the team. He would constantly belittle my ideas in meetings, often interrupting me with sarcastic remarks and dismissive gestures. Feeling increasingly demoralized, my confidence dwindled. I began doubting my abilities, my once vibrant designs losing their spark. Determined to reclaim my professional life, I decided to take action. I meticulously documented each instance of Mark's bullying behavior, noting the date, time, location, and witnesses present.
The HR representative, taking Sarah's complaint seriously, launched a formal investigation, leading to a significant shift in the company culture.
I was a software engineer at a tech startup, and I found myself the target of a different kind of bullying social exclusion. Initially welcomed into the team with open arms, my colleagues gradually withdrew, leaving me feeling isolated and ostracized. Invitations to after-work gatherings dwindled, replaced by awkward silences and averted gazes when I approached my colleagues' desks. Important project discussions took place without me, leaving me feeling sidelined and out of the loop. Realizing that silence wouldn't solve the problem, I decided to address the issue head-on. I approached a trusted colleague, confiding in him about my experiences and expressing my confusion and hurt. He made a conscious effort to include me in team activities and advocate for my involvement in key projects. Slowly but surely, the walls began to crumble, replaced by a renewed sense of camaraderie and respect.
Maria, a single mother working as a nurse at a bustling city hospital, found herself facing a relentless barrage of bullying from her supervisor, Mrs. Johnson. Mrs. Johnson, known for her abrasive management style and unreasonable expectations, seemed to have singled out Maria, constantly assigning her the heaviest workload and the most challenging patients. Unrealistic deadlines were set, followed by harsh criticism and public humiliation, when Maria inevitably struggled to meet them. Mrs. Johnson's verbal abuse was relentless, her sharp tongue leaving invisible scars on Maria's confidence and self-worth. The stress began to take its toll on Maria's health. Sleepless nights gave way to debilitating migraines. Knowing she couldn't continue down this path, Maria decided to seek help from her union representative. Together, they meticulously documented each instance of Mrs. Johnson's bullying, including specific examples of verbal abuse, unrealistic deadlines, and the impact it was having on Maria's well-being. The union representative, armed with irrefutable evidence, presented Maria's case to the hospital administration. A formal investigation was launched, leading to disciplinary action against Mrs. Johnson and the implementation of mandatory management training for all supervisory staff.
Workplace bullying can have a devastating impact on well-being and career. Remember, you are not alone. There are effective strategies to cope. Recognize the signs. Bullying can be subtle and insidious. Document everything. Keep a detailed record of each instance. Speak up. Confide in a trusted colleague, mentor, or HR representative. Prioritize self-care. Engage in practices that nurture your well-being. Seek professional help. A therapist can provide coping mechanisms. Remember, you are not defined by the actions of others.